pay attention to the mess that is over there. I'm gonna block you from seeing it. But welcome to a few days in the life of a mom of 4. This summer, I have been hanging out with my 6-year-old Maddie the most, so she is off of school and we are on summer break. And then I am also on maternity leave. I am 8 weeks into my maternity leave, so I have my newborn with me as well. But I have 2 other children who go to daycare during the week, and today I did something a little bit different, and instead of hanging out with my 6-year-old who's on summer break, I swapped her spot with her 3.5-year-old sister Brooklyn, my second born. We were kind of doing like a little one-on-one day. I feel like she was getting a little bit jealous that Maddie got to hang out with me so much and that they got to hang out with me like during the day. They don't know what we're doing when they're just at daycare all the time. So we did a little bit of swap. We wore like our matching shirts. So I'll put a picture of us in our matching shirts, and we went to the farmer's market and the splash pad and just got out of the house and had a little bit of fun together. And she's over there playing with a puzzle and playing by herself. And I am prepping a few things for breakfast. Breakfast is so hard for me to get together in the morning. It takes me a long time to like figure out what we're gonna serve them, and then I serve it to them and they don't eat it. So then I'm making like a second breakfast to make sure that they eat something, and then if they don't eat that, then they're going hungry and we're late to whatever we need to do. So I am trying to kind of get my life together when it comes to breakfast for my kids. I have 2 ideas that I'm kind of prepping right now while we're having a little bit of independent time. And one of them is egg bites. So I have this like little mini muffin pan, and I have my eggs here from Costco. I'm gonna prep those. Okay, I'm almost done. Okay. Thank you.
Can you put it that stuck together?
So I've got some like sausage and some tomatoes and then cheese, and so we're gonna make little egg bites, which hopefully that'll get them some protein. And then the other thing I have is this like brioche loaf. And I'm gonna make French toast, like casserole out of that, and I'm hoping that like that combination will be something new and different, and so that's gonna be my plan for the next little bit. Then it'll be a normal day for the rest of the week. We'll switch them back, and I'll hang out with Maddie. If you're watching this video, chances are you're also a mom, or you know, just recently a mom with a newborn. I'm really glad that you're here. I hope that you stick around and watch my motherhood journey that I'll share with you, with different tips and advice and kind of handling different situations as they come up, but also just sharing the life of the Troxels, because that's where we are. So if that interests you, then I hope that you stick around and subscribe and watch more Life of the Troxels. I have some sausage, bacon, a little bit of tomato, a bunch of the cheese from Costco, and then I did 6 eggs. I'm not sure how many are gonna fit in here. We're gonna start with that, and I already put a little salt and pepper in there, and I'm gonna kind of do a little combo of all of this in my little mini muffins. Okay, 6 was not enough, so I think I'm gonna do 2 more. Yeah, mailbox.
Our mailbox.
Oh
You
no.
the first one. What's in here? Can you open the mailbox and see what's inside him?
Okay, so I just did like a combo of like sausage, bacon, tomatoes, cheese, like, and just cheese. So some have like tomato and sausage, some have like bacon and cheese, some have just cheese, some have just sausage. So a little combo of everything. And I'm not really following a recipe. I've got my oven preheated, so I'm just gonna cook it at 350, and I'm gonna start with like 8 minutes and check on it from there. It's definitely not pretty. I probably should have done a better job of like portioning it out, And I bet if the overflow from here would have gone into there, that would have been perfect. So I think I overfilled a couple of them, but now I know 8 eggs are great for all of this. I needed to cook it for 13 minutes and at 350, and that seems to be perfect. So I will let you know how the final taste is. What happened there? Something weird happened with that one, but I'll let you know how they taste and how they turn out. So this is eggs, milk, sugar, and vanilla. Supposed to fill them half full.
Mom, can I have pretzels and wash stars in a backpack, please?
So this is just sugar and cinnamon, and then what you put half of it here and then the other half on top. So I am going to a wedding in a couple days. Actually, I'm kind of running out of time, but it is the wedding for one of my best friends from college, and we've kept in touch after all these years. He lives in San Diego, which is about a 2-hour drive from here. So we're gonna drive down to his wedding and then drive back home that same night. But I am trying to figure out what to wear. It's kind of hard to figure out what to wear as like a wedding guest. Like, you know, generally the dress code, but there's a lot of different factors to have to consider. So it's in San Diego, on Coronado Island, in July. So it's going to be beautiful weather, hopefully, and it's in the evening and it's outside. So I'm kind of going for that type of a vibe. However, I am bringing Hunter with us. He's just over 2 months old and he's nursing still, and so I need to be able to have a dress that I can also be a mom with. You know, one that I can get down on the dance floor and one that I can nurse with and, you know, handle a baby, as well as like fit the vibe of the wedding. So I've got a couple here that I've picked out and I'm trying on, and we're gonna see which one's the best. This one is the first one that I picked out. I love this dress. It is such a very stretchy dress. It doesn't even have a tag on it. I'm realizing it doesn't even have a tag, so I have no idea where I got it from. I've had it since college, I know that much, and I love how stretchy it is and comes in at the waist. The only problem is I wouldn't be able to wear a bra with it because of the like lace on the shoulders. So that's okay. But like with nursing, that might come to be a little bit of a challenge. And I love that it's a long length because I feel like it makes it a little more formal because it's got like a print on it and like the material that it's out of. But I still feel like this works really well for like a Southern California outdoor beach wedding. So the only other long dress that I have is this black one. It is a halter top, so you can just tie this around your neck, and it's got really long ties, which make it really pretty, kind of like going down your back, but then that does mean that it's strapless, backless. And I love how long it is. It has a nice slit on it to kind of make it easier to move around in. Same kind of like stretchy materials, nothing like super fancy. But this one I for sure wouldn't be able to wear like a bra or any type of like sticky situation. Here I actually feel like a little too big on me. I bought it when I was pregnant. It's a large, but it's a little long, which is kind of weird for someone like me who's 6 feet tall. But I don't know, just a little big in the chest, a little long on the top. So I feel like if this was in a smaller size, I would be more interested in it. Plus I kind of feel like it's like what you would wear, like it feels like going to like a funeral as opposed to like a wedding and a party, like a celebration. So I'm not so sure about this one. So the next one is this like velvet copper color. It's kind of coppery, kind of brown. I don't really know exactly the color, but it's velvet, so it's very luxury. However, it is a spaghetti strap, so again, not being able to wear a bra with it. It does have a slit, and the slit goes up pretty high. And then the fabric is beautiful fabric, but is it July wedding fabric? I don't think so. I've also worn this to my work holiday party in 2022, and I was just maybe like 3 or 4 months pregnant at the time, so there is like room in the belly for that. I got it at Lulu's, so I bought it online. This one is actually very similar to that other dress in that it's also velvet, and I've also worn it to holiday parties. I wore this to Eric's work holiday party this last year, 2024, when I was like, I was like 3 or 4 months pregnant then as well. So, you know, with the ruching on the side, it is very forgiving for like a pregnancy belly. However, it's long sleeves, which works really great for like a Christmas party, but long sleeves and velvet in July would just not work for this wedding. But I do like this dress as well. So for the last couple options, I have these two kind of like floral-y dresses, and they're very similar with like the material as well as like the length and the patterns and everything. Bought them both at Macy's in 2024 because we were going to a wedding last year. So apparently we go to about like one wedding a year. Finding a wedding guest dress is kind of a challenge, especially when I have to do this like once a year with the weddings that I go to. So I last year went to Macy's and got both of these dresses, and I ended up wearing this one to that wedding, and it worked out perfect because the wedding was kind of like country western theme. Like I even wore it with like my cowboy boots, and Eric went with his boots and his cowboy hat, and it was very cute with the little like ties on the sleeves and the pretty like paisley pattern. And it was longer, it's like past my knees, but it had like a little slit in it to kind of make it fun. It was easy to like dance in. This was like a really fun dress, and this was a really good contender as well. And luckily these weddings don't have any crossover. The wedding last year was of Eric's family, and then this one was my friends from school. So there's no crossover, so nobody's even gonna know if I wear the same dress twice. So I'm totally down for being like an outfit repeater. And then the other option that I have, I bought at the same time. I haven't even worn it. It still has the tag on it. Got it from the clearance section at Macy's. And I do like this one and the last one. I would be able to wear a bra with it, which would help a lot with the nursing department. It's long sleeve, but the sleeves are like sheer, which makes it kind of nice and like airy for like a July wedding. It is fully lined, so it is not see-through. However, it is very short. And while I don't mind wearing shorter dresses, especially being tall, everything's kind of short on me, I do want to be able to like boogie on the dance floor. So I feel like if I had like Hunter with me, and I don't want to be worried about having to be too short while I'm dealing with a baby and everything. And you know, maybe the sleeves are kind of restricting if I'm holding him or whatever it may be. So this one I'm not as fond of, although I do think it's very pretty. So I love going to weddings. The year that Eric and I got married in 2017, we went to 4 weddings, and then ours as well. And all of those weddings were destination weddings, which is kind of hard to do. I mean, this one we're going to is technically also destination because we have to drive for a few hours to get there. But that was a really fun year with all of our friends getting married around the same time, and we could travel a lot more because we didn't have any kids or anything at that time. I love going to weddings. Honestly, I feel like that could be like my full-time job. Like, I would love to get paid to be a wedding guest. And I know that there's even people who get paid to be like in the wedding and like be like professional bridesmaids and like groomsmen and stuff like that. I think like Kevin Hart like made a movie about it and everything. But I want to be a wedding guest professionally and get paid to do it. I love getting dressed up. It is a challenge to find the right dress, but you know, if you want it to be black tie, I will dress to the nines. If it's outside and it's casual, I will wear something casual. I love getting dressed up and looking nice. And then I love crying at weddings. I used to not cry at weddings until I became a mom, and now I feel like everything is so much more meaningful now, and these like ceremonies are so sweet and so meaningful, especially if it's someone that you know really well. Like, I know I'm gonna cry at Nick's wedding, and it's just gonna be so wonderful to have all that love. The food is always good. I have never had bad food. Plus you get cake. Who doesn't love eating cake? They usually also have some other type of dessert, maybe like a cake pop or like some cookies or something kind of fun. My sister had saltwater taffy as like part of her dessert, so I was like, love that. Plus there's a dance floor, and I promise you I will be the one to start the dance floor. If things start to get slow, people are wandering off, I will be there. I will hold it down on the dance floor for you, especially if it's a wedding where I don't know the other guests, because then I won't get embarrassed to be like dancing in front of them and like acting a fool. The music's gonna be good. I get to dance to music that I know all the words to, because obviously the DJs are playing like really common music that everybody knows, and all of the like wedding staples like the Cupid Shuffle. I will teach your grandma the Cupid Shuffle. She can watch me. I will do it. Even bringing the baby with me. I plan on having Hunter in like the chest carrier, so I can like kind of keep him asleep. I don't know, we'll dance. I just love the whole idea of it. So sweet. Always a beautiful setting, beautiful flowers and everything. So if someone asked me what my dream job would be, honestly, that would probably be my ideal dream job, to get paid to be a wedding guest. Wedding guest. So I don't know, I might start advertising my services. I'm very much looking forward to this wedding. It's gonna be a fun summer wedding. It's just so beautiful. It's just in a couple days, so I'm just gonna pick from one of these dresses and we'll have to see which one I choose.